everyone, this is Nadia, award-winning author, mentor, clairsentient psychic, and founder at Spartanite. And today's round I want to be covering a request topic from one of my favorite clients. I will choose to keep her anonymous because she requested of this. However, I'm going to answer her question in this video and of course make a video for YouTube as well. So her question to me was more about approval seeking, obviously. Why do we live in a society that's constantly obsessed with looking for the answers from the outside? Why is it so hard for us to speak our truth? Why are we blocked? What's wrong? Why is it that when people are bold and courageous, people hate them but admire them? So she had so many questions to ask me. So I said, all right, you know what, gosh, I'll be here all day trying to reply in an email. I'm going to shoot a video and I'm going to make this for a benefit of everybody else watching. All right, so approval seeking, wow. Definitely a very bad trait in women. So I know that she asked from a feminine perspective, but I'll try and sort of share everything. So approval seeking comes from the fact when we have been raised in dysfunctional, abusive, violent, and non-threatening and non-violent energies are not even near us. So let me give you an example. Even people who think that they haven't come from dysfunctional and abusive families, majority of us have. If your parents are not conscious and have not done the emotional work on themselves, by default you will have come from a dysfunctional family, which would be most of us. All right, so in approval seeking is very interesting. Approval seeking comes from the fact when somebody does not know who they are, they're not confident in who they are, and they're not confident in what they can bring and achieve to this world. Now, this is very, very deep because it's not just about being an adult or having a business or having a job or whatever it is. It goes deep to the core when you're a child. Most people's parents were too busy trying to make money, or even in today's age are too busy trying to make money all the time, and they never give their kids any time, any love, any affection. So as a child you grow up thinking, my parents hate me, they don't love me, I'm never enough for them, I can just never get their time. And you know, as a child, you don't know any better. Your parents may have responsibilities that you're not aware of, and that's fair enough and understandable. So this cycle then continues into formal education, which is not schooling, it is indoctrination. There is a huge difference between going to school and learning a certain set of skills and maybe learned behaviors that are appropriate and beneficial for a child, as opposed to simply going to school to be indoctrinated. You will notice that when children join at the age of 5 or 6, they are lively, they are full of life. They have everything going for them. By the time children leave school at 16, at least here in the UK, they look dead, drained, humiliated, and you know, all the creativity is being smashed and bashed out of them. And for the children who did not perform well at school or just couldn't be bothered or whatever you want to call it, we have our creativity intact. And a lot of those children go on to be entrepreneurs. I personally hated school. I dropped out of university. I hated it that much. I hated people pushing me around, bossing me, telling me what to do, because I was not there seeking approval from other people, which made my early formative years very hard because I was not the quiet little sheep or a girl who would shut up, be bullied by boys, or I was just a no one or a wallflower. I had an opinion and everyone was going to hear that opinion, whether they liked to hear it or not. That was not my concern. Approval seeking comes from a metaphysical / spiritual level, blocks on the throat chakra. So the throat chakra is here, basically, I'm touching my throat. And if this throat chakra has been shut down through shame, through violence, through lies, through not being encouraged to stand and speak in your truth, which this world does. Truth is treason, and they encourage lies on headlines of newspapers, on TV channels, because, you know, as we all know, this whole world is a lie. Most people's reality is a lie, which is why the truth horrifies and scares them, and it is much easier to be kissed and comforted by a lie. Most people enjoy lies because their entire fabric of their life is one big fucking lie. That's what I say. And that's why they're seeking approval. They're seeking a nice house, they're seeking a car, they're seeking certain things, perhaps fancy clothes, perhaps certain type of cosmetics, certain type of lavish holidays or vacations, to do two things: to prove to other people that they can do it. Every time I log into social media and I see personal posts of people, look at me, look at what I'm doing, they're doing it for two reasons. They obviously want the approval of people so that people can now vouch for them, verify them, the little Twitter slash Facebook slash Instagram blue tick, like, look at me, I'm verified, look at how fucking important I am. Number two, they want to prove to themselves that they're no less than anybody else, which, as we know in modern society, is keeping up with the Joneses. What frightens people is meeting an individual who really does not care about other people's approval, does not care about their opinions, does not care about anything, because they have had the courage to walk in the darkness, to walk a solitary path, and I guess to really find out who they are as someone. And this is what I was saying to my client, that it's not that, say for instance, somebody comes and buys something from Spartanite store and that's it, their life is set. No, you have to do the work. Just because you've bought a bracelet or you've got ritualistic work done, no, you have to move with it. You have to put your work and your effort that goes along with it. Because this is not we wave a magic wand and we're done. Even that level of work needs work in the physical world as well. Now, why is it so easy to trust other people's opinions over ours? Because, and I say this for women, but I know a lot of men will relate to this well, we have been told as women that if we don't supplicate, we don't beg, we don't please, we don't plead, we don't try and lay ourselves down like linoleum and give, people won't love us. Nobody can love you in this world. Nobody can dare to have respect for you if you don't have a certain set of non-negotiables that you will never compromise on. There are a lot of people that are going to push your boundaries. There are a lot of people that are going to test you and challenge you when you work in your mission, you walk in your mission, you walk your path. They will shame you. They will humiliate you. They will ridicule you. They will judge you. It doesn't matter what your path is. I don't just speak this from an entrepreneurial level. I don't speak this from an occult-based level. It's whatever it is. Both paths for me, I am, an occultist and an entrepreneur. Both paths for me were very, very hard to take. I mean, the occultist, maybe not that hard. I mean, my great-grandfather was a jinn conjurer and an occultist, and my father was a serial entrepreneur. So yeah, it runs in a bloodline, but still to have the courage as a woman to stand up and say, this is my path, and I don't want some stupid office job where, my dreams are dying inside me. They're being suffocated inside me for me to look acceptable by society. What is acceptable by society? Especially in Western society. Other countries still have flexibility, and people in non-Western societies are usually encouraged to become entrepreneurs, not through, wow, well, it's something great to do. It's a matter of survival. I'll put it that way. Grow up, or maybe go to school, grow up, get a job, be miserable at the job, complain for 5 days a week, then run out of money at the end of the month, and then have other people who don't want to do anything with their life, and then find a marriage partner who also does the same shit as you, and then get a mortgage you can't afford, and then birth out children you also can't afford, and then try and put them through schooling you can't afford, and then grow old, and then hopefully you can just kind of make it through a pension and die. So that's kind of the cycle of society. I'm not surprised why so many people go around seeking approval, because they're in a rat race, and even if you win a rat race, you are still a rat. That's the point. So having the courage to live for yourself, having the courage to not seek approval, having the courage to say it is okay that you don't like my work and that's fine, and I don't care if you respect it or not, is a whole different level. I know there's a lot of guys that struggle with this as well, and men struggle from a place of their family. Maybe their dad was abusive or their mom was abusive. It usually comes down to the same. It's the family. It's the intergenerational family issues. With women, we're generally socialized to be pleasing rats. That's what I call it. Let me just quietly, tiptoe and make sure no one really hears me, because what will people think? And I have gone to events where they have laid food on the table, and you know, women will beg, plead, and apologize 1,000 times before they pick up a slice of pizza. Like, oh my god, oh, can I? Why? Why are you begging people to eat? If you're fucking hungry, tear into the food and eat. You see, this is the problem with so many people. They're so socialized to be polite that they have forgotten their primal energy inside. That's not me saying that you have to be rude, because a lot of people will mistake what I'm saying is that you have to be rude. No, you have to have courage and say, if I want something, I go after it. No questions asked, hands down. You know, there's no two ways about it. Should I not? And that's the approval seeking. When someone keeps thinking, should I not, that's when they go to people outside themselves. They look outside the mirror of themselves and say, well, should I or should I not? There is not an issue with soliciting divination or psychic advice, which is probably going to help clarify things for you, but it is not giving you what you need to do next. Only you know in your heart what is the right decision. And because the elite or your Luciferian cabal has cut off people from their GPS inside, we have 3 eyes, not 2. We have 1, 2, and this middle one, that's a 3rd eye, which, as my grandmother in spirit usually says, is burnt. It's kind of like burning these 2 eyes. People's 3rd eye is burnt, so they can't see the truth of something. So they're afraid. They're living in fear on a consistent level. The point of approval is you seek approval because you're not confident within yourself. We are not given confidence by our parents. We are treated like a rag doll that's swung around. You know, you're constantly shut up, sit down, do this, do that. You're constantly shutting children up. You're constantly telling them to retreat. You're constantly telling them to pull back when they should be pushing forward. That's how people damage their children, and they don't even realize it. They are so damaged by their own parents that they have no conscious understanding on how to break that cycle to be empowered, so that one does not need to ask for approval. It's the funny thing is, when you don't ask for approval, people start asking approval from you. When you don't have to go in and be like, well, should I even pay money for existing, or should I do this? And you go boldly, confidently, and you command yourself in a place, people will value you. People have respect for you. You know why? Because they mirror how you treat yourself. Now, a lot of women will think, oh, well, I can't command myself. I went to an event and this woman got a wild hair up her ass after I spoke. And, you know, I was saying, you know, if you want to make more money, you want to be confident, you want to be successful, come to me. I'll help you command bold energy. And I don't know why she got offended. And she was saying, I don't help people command energy. She could command a fucking rat or a tortoise if she needed to. The point is, people's energy is lackadaisical, boring, and dead. You know how you have that dirty dishwasher like type of water that, you know, you're washing your dishes and they throw it out? That's what people's energies are like, because their auras are dirty, their chakras are messy and dusty and muddy. Their energies are stagnant. They listen to everybody else above themselves. And this is the reason people cry, oh, I gave so much to this person and they destroyed me. You know why? You don't give everything of yourself to someone. You give love. By all means, give. But keep a tiny percentage to yourself that no one will ever take away from you. That is your pride. That is your honor. That is your glory. That is your integrity. That is your virtue. And that is your dignity. And nobody takes that away from you. For anybody watching this, you have to do work on your solar plexus chakra for that. Your solar plexus is your belly area. Basically, if you look at the 7 chakras, it is the glowing sun, or like the yellow chakra, or the 3rd chakra, basically. That's in your stomach area. And every time that we have boundary issues, essentially, they come from the solar plexus. They come from us giving our power away too easily, us being bullied into something, and us who keep saying yes to something when we're supposed to say no. You know, I have 2 really great blog posts that say, stop saying yes to shit you hate and stop saying yes to shit you despise, the Encore. I'm happy to throw in the links at the below comment box so that you can read them. But remember, stop giving your power away to people. The only person in life whose approval you need is you. That's it. You run a business, you're married, you want to do something for yourself, and people say you can't do it. Fuck them. You cannot do it with them. They have told you their limitations. You are limitless. You do not have limitations. And stop creating fake limitations on yourself to please other people who don't even like themselves. I want to be very honest with people here. There's a lot of you that want approval from people who don't even like themselves. Most people, let me make this super crystal clear, most people hate themselves. There is a deep and utter self-loathing within most people. Do not ever ask a person to love you. Do not ever ask a person to like you if they do not have virtue, honor, and respect and dignity for themselves in the first place. I hope that's clarified a lot of the approval seeking situation that you asked for, and I'm addressing this to my client and she will know who she is. And I want everybody else generally on YouTube or whoever says subscribe to this channel to know that when you go out and into your mission, into your divine mission, and you go out and you really seek success for yourself, you should be grateful when people say no to you, because all those no's, you just take them as bricks. You put cement and you keep building. Let people laugh at you. Years ago, people used to laugh at me that I would amount to nothing. I would be a no one and nothing. They didn't have to laugh in my face. I'm psychically gifted. I could hear it. And they used to look at me and they're waiting to fail. You remember that people who are failures are waiting for you to fail, because misery likes company. If you're thinking to seek approval from someone, the short answer is don't. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for giving me your time today, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.